Please note, this video was made not to direct hate towards anyone or disrespect their opinions. This video is only made to discuss the opinions of the people and other things similar to it. Please listen. So as everyone may know now, the Nintendo Switch 2 from the time I'm recording this is 20 days away from its official launch, and throughout it has received lots of backlash from many things that Nintendo is doing with the console. We're going to dive into many people's flaws with the console they see, and also bring up similar occurrences with other consoles like the Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. With that out of the way, let's get it started. Now the first thing we should start off with is the price of the console. People believe that the console is very overpriced, being $450 in the United States for just the console, and $500 for the console and Mario Kart World. Because people have seen the prices, people have thought that the Nintendo Switch 2 is now the most overpriced console on the market, right next to the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. However, this can only be seen by looking at the Mario Kart World bundle. The Nintendo Switch 2 on its own is a $450 console already, and yes, the games might be expensive, like Mario Kart World being $80. However, Nintendo is still the cheapest option in some ways. From PlayStation's website, the PS5, the Slim, and the Pro have separate prices of either $300 to $400 for a refurbished original, $500 for a Slim, or $700 for the Pro. Xbox isn't much better either, as when Microsoft saw the pricing of Mario Kart World and the Nintendo Switch 2, they decided to raise their prices as well, making the Xbox Series X $600, while the Series S is now $550. With all the price change, this still makes the Nintendo Switch 2 the cheapest option, even after the Mario Kart World bundle was phased out in the fall. I also want to quickly touch on the game prices on the console. I am disappointed with the fact that Mario Kart World is an $80 game, and I hope for the game to either be $70 or just stay $60, but only time will tell, really. Next thing I want to talk about is the game chat function. People believe that the game chat function on Nintendo Switch 2 is very sketchy because Nintendo will record the sessions, but as well, PlayStation does it for their party chats. However, PlayStation's is only recorded for moderation purposes for about 5 minutes, or when you report someone in party chat for their behavior. So it isn't actively being listened to. However, this is most likely going to be the same for game chat, as they probably wouldn't listen to it unless the previous reasons mentioned. Xbox doesn't record party chats, so they aren't included in this one. Next, I want to talk about game keycards. Now, Nintendo has clarified that they will not release any of their games on virtual keycards. Instead, they will give third-party companies the option to have a physical copy with a download on the cartridge or release it physically entirely. Even then, the game box art specifies if it is a game keycard download. This shouldn't be much of a problem unless you don't have an internet connection, but it's not as a huge problem as you might think it is. And it's better than running the games through a cloud service anyways in the first place. People are also talking about how all games will be $90 on the Switch 2. However, they won't, and as well, digital and physical games will be the same price, and one won't cost more than the other. I also want to bring up Nintendo's EULA and how it states they can brick your console for doing anything shady. Nintendo is against this, yes, but however, Microsoft has had this in their Xbox EULA since the original Xbox in 2001. Where if any modifications were detected, they can ban you from online services. So if you're going to talk about Nintendo's statement here, you should also bring up Microsoft's. If you're going to hate on this company for their decisions, hate on them for something the other two companies haven't been doing for the last few years or even decades. Like for example, party chats, or console prices, or EULA. You can talk about the price of Mario Kart World, but something that makes sense that the other two companies aren't doing already. I will be getting the Nintendo Switch 2 on release day, and this isn't even the die-hard Nintendo fan to me. I just enjoy their games because they primarily put effort into a lot of them, like Mario, Zelda, Metroid, or Kirby. If you have any other statements about the console that are actually reasonable, please comment below. It won't be used to show hate or tell me to kill myself for opinions. It will be used to explain your thoughts on it and any other flaws you see Nintendo doing. Thank you for watching. To reiterate, please don't be a hypocrite in the comment section.